Are there any kids out there who want to come up for a story? If not, that's okay. I'll just talk to these kids over here, even though 90% of them are older than me, but, you know, we never really grew out of being kids. Okay, I guess all of you guys are kids today. So, do you guys like angel stories? I got an angel story for you today, and it's kind of a cool one. It didn't happen to me, but I was kind of there. Okay, so in 2019, I had the privilege of going on a mission trip to the Philippines with a group of my friends. And what we did was we had, we put on an evangelistic series, kind of like what we're doing now, for the people down there. And some of us had a program for the kids, and some of us did the preaching for adults. And our team of, I believe it was like 20 of us, something like that, we were split into 3 groups, and we put on meetings at 3 different sites. So, like I was saying, this didn't happen to me. This happened to some of my friends at one of the other sites, because I was at a different site. But this is still a cool story nonetheless. So, we would do these evangelistic series, and it's a lot like the ones we're having now. We would have a health talk, we would have a sermon, and then our teams would often do like a special music for like at the end, like an appeal song at the end of the night. So, so at this one particular site, the one I wasn't at, some of my friends, so at the end of the slideshow presentation, Mrs. Everett, she was the staff member at that particular site. She had when she put the presentation together, she had embedded the track they were singing to, the soundtrack they were singing to, in the slideshow presentation, so that they could just, kind of just have it up and ready to go immediately like that. So they get up and they start singing, and the track starts to play, and we had 2 different kinds of tracks. We had like a normal track, and then we had one with voices that we could sing to when we were just like learning the song. And so when they started singing, they were hearing voices going along with the track, and they were like, well, that's weird, because she thought she put in the no voices track. And so they sang through the track, and they were like, well, okay, we'll just deal with it. But at the end of the night, she looked back at the track that she put in the presentation, and she was like, you guys, that wasn't the track with the vocals in it. Like, it was just the normal track. And they were like, well, that's weird, because we definitely heard voices singing with us. And one of the girls didn't hear the voices, but she felt strongly the presence of angels that night. And so they just sat there for a second. They're like, okay, so the angels just sang with us. Like God sent the angels, and they sang there with us. And like, chills. So, to be down there and to bless those people and to have angels singing with you, like, wow. So, did you guys know that the Bible talks about God singing? You probably did, if you've gone to church a lot. But I'm going to read it for you. And it's in Zephaniah 3:17. And it says, "The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty." The angels sure were in the midst of them when they sang, didn't they? Weren't they? "He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy, he will rest in his love, he will joy over thee with singing." I think it will be so cool when we get to heaven and we can like actually sing with the angels, and like actually sing probably as good as they can, because we probably sound awful compared to them. But just okay, so if angels sound amazing, imagine how God sounds when he sings. And like, he sings when, someone comes back to him, when someone says, hey, God, like, I want you. Like, I want you in my life. Like, he sings. Like, imagine that. That is so cool. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with the story about angels singing and with the thought of how God sings over you when you make the right choice and when you make the choice to follow him. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to my story.